How many times have you heard people say, it's not what you know, it's who you know? Honestly, I hate when people say that. And look, I'm not saying they're wrong, okay? They're not wrong. It's just that that only works when you're at a certain level, right? That information is absolutely pointless when you know zero people who can change your life. It's not what you know, it's who you know. Oh, you know what? Now that you say that, I think I know a couple people down at the In and Out. I'm gonna change my life. Might have to get the hook up on a double double, animal style. Like, come on, bro. I think we love to romanticize the networking part of success. Taking pictures with the billionaire, shaking the hands with the CEO, taking pictures with the backdrop of the event that you're at to show that you're in the rooms with the important people. But nobody talks about the awkward phase before that. You know what phase that is? The nobody phase, okay? The phase where nobody knows you exist and nobody even cares about you. Let's talk about that phase more. Because in that phase, you don't have the network, okay? You don't have the status. You don't even have the freaking results for people to even answer your DMs, bro. Like, I think more people are in that phase than the other phase. So that's what we're gonna talk about today, the nobody phase. Listen, man, the nobody phase is a real thing, okay? And honestly, it's the ultimate character test. Because when you don't have anything yet, you don't have any money, any clout. How the kids say that these days? No motion. You don't have no motion. It's kind of a sad phase because you out here busting your butt, you hustling, you grinding, but you feel like nobody cares, and it almost makes you feel small. But that's the cost of admission. That's just the cost of entry. Everybody goes through this. That's what it costs to build the life that most people only talk about. Okay. And I think the mistake that most people make in that phase is they think they're owed a seat at the table just because they showed up. I have definitely made this mistake in my life. Man, I'm out here, I'm trying, man. I thought that trying equated to a miracle. Bro, that don't work like that, dog. Here's what I figured out. You either become interesting enough to get invited to the table, quote unquote, or you get brave enough to build your own table. When you have nothing, you actually have a major advantage. At least that's how I feel. You can take all the risks that people with reputations and brands are too scared to take. You can actually experiment in that phase. Okay, that's what I've been doing. This whole podcast is an experiment, and I've been experimenting my butt off. Bro, we got no music, no intro, no nothing. I just set up a microphone and start talking. Now, if you listen to these YouTube growth gurus, they'll tell you I'm literally doing everything wrong. But for some reason, the numbers just keep going up. They going up slow, but they still going up. I'm just experimenting, baby, because I have nothing to lose. You gonna screw up your reputation or your podcast. Dude, I just started the podcast. You can't screw something up that you don't have. I'm trying to find me in this space, not copy everybody else who already found their voice in this space. And I can only find who I am in this space by experimenting. If you could keep showing up when nobody knows who you are, when nobody's liking your stuff, when it feels like you putting in all this work and the internet is just like, cool story, bro, with your freaking hat and shades on indoors. Durr. If you can push past all that, bro, something inside of you changes. It's almost like you stop needing attention. You stop waiting for permission from whoever the heck we feel like we need permission from. You just keep doing you and you keep getting better at doing you. So by the time that it's all about who you know phase comes, you're not really looking for nobody to give you a shot or put you on because you done already put yourself on. You don't need to get invited to nobody's table because you was brave enough to go out and build your own table. It's all about who you know. Yeah, you done became the person that you needed to know. Come on, somebody. I hope this is making sense. And the next thing you know, you're the person that everybody else is trying to get to know. And that's when you start getting random messages like, hey man, I was wondering if I could pick your brain. How did you do such and such? And now you are in a position where you get to choose who you want to connect with and who you don't want to connect with. You in the position of power now. You got all the leverage because you bet on yourself. That's what they mean when they say I'm betting on me. I don't know who needs to hear this, but instead of you worrying about who you know, start paying attention to what you're building, okay? Because the goal is not to chase people. Hell no, we don't do that over here. We're not chasing nobody. The goal is to become somebody people want to know. Stop trying to meet people and start trying to make stuff happen. So build the product, finish the project, master the skill, whatever it is, become the person that's hard to ignore. Because at the end of the day, bro, I'm gonna tell you, the world does not care about your potential. It only cares about proof. Man, when I was in high school, I had this friend that used to say, potential is just a word for somebody who hasn't done anything yet. And right now, you're not supposed to be popping, okay? Not yet. You're not supposed to be famous yet. You're supposed to be building. So let's get busy building, babe. Dang, I didn't hype myself up in here. Let's go. Man, I told you I'll be talking to y'all and talking to myself at the same time. Listen, hey, with that said, be sure to hit that subscribe or that follow button wherever you're listening to this podcast. I appreciate that very, very much. And as always, if you like this episode, send it to a friend. If you hated this episode, send it to your enemy. But regardless, thank you for being you. Thank you for being here. And thank you for hearing me out. Peace.